What's up? This is the second video of my second time doing options. So basically last week I tried options again. It was like 2 weeks of trading and I finished down and the account finished around $168. So that is where we're starting from. If you haven't watched that one yet, that one's probably good to watch before this. But I want to get straight into the new trades, so let's get started with that. On Tuesday the 11th, I bought two Robinhood calls expiring on the 21st, and I also bought a Starbucks call expiring on July 5th. On Wednesday, the Robinhood contracts started off really good, being up over $70, but the Starbucks contracts did not do well and were down about $30, which was close to 50%. And then by the end of the day, the Robinhood contracts were down a little bit more at around $50 profit, so I did actually finish the day down. And then, unfortunately, the Robinhood contracts continued to go down to about break even, but I continued to hold on to them, hoping for a bounce back, and bought another call option so I could profit more on that bounce back that I expected to happen. But this was the first of a couple mistakes I made where I doubled down on a bad trade, and that hurt me a lot, the last couple weeks. Friday, we were down even more, and I was still holding on to those Robinhood contracts, hoping for a bounce back so I could exit with a little bit more. So that's all I did for Friday and held the Robinhood contract over the weekend. On Monday, the Robinhood contracts did not bounce back and continued to go down, and I ended up selling, leaving me with $33 left in the account, which was really not great. But I decided to transfer another $200 into the account for the sake of the video, to make it last a little longer and hopefully give me some more momentum to do better. And that week I was actually away, so I decided to just not do any more trades and wait till I was back home again. So no more trades until the 25th. When I got back on the 25th, I tried to use Bollinger Bands to do some day trades and swing trades, but it didn't work as well as I hoped. My first trade was a Carnival Cruise put, where I wanted to buy because it was on the top of the Bollinger Band, and it was profitable for a little bit, but the Carnival Cruise eventually went back up, and I was losing money on that put call, so I tried to cut my losses and enter at a better position, thinking that my Bollinger Band theory would work eventually. This was again another instance of me doubling down or trying to catch a falling knife, because it wasn't a good move and I should have just cut my losses there, but that's not what happened. I also bought puts for Riot Games and Chewy as well, using the same strategy, and they were both up and down a little bit, so no big changes on those ones. And I ended the day around 170, so I'm even more down after putting in that extra 200. On Wednesday the 26th, Chewy's did really well for me after hours, and my options were up over $100, but I did not sell soon enough, even though I planned on selling that morning, and I only ended up making $12 profit after it corrected itself a little. So I did miss the ball there a little bit, but at least I made some profit. Unfortunately, Riot didn't do much better and canceled out my profit from Chewy, so I only made like $4 and finished the day at $174. I wanted to give it another shot with the Bollinger Bands method, so I bought a Snapchat put and a Rivian put. Here were the charts I used. The Rivian stock started off really high because it went up a lot during after hours, and I tried to buy the put at $16, but it did not work, so I bought in that $13 to $14 range, which kind of sucks because shortly after it corrected itself a little bit, and I should have just not even tried to buy it again after my $16 transaction didn't go through. So I did lose some money on the Rivian there. Starbucks was actually up, so I was okay with that, and I was going to leave it to sell Friday morning, but Friday morning came and Starbucks went down, so I ended up selling for break even, meaning I finished that week at $148 left in the account. Since I started the challenge with $250 and put in an additional $200 in the middle, I actually lost about $300 doing option trading, so that was unfortunately a big fat failure. Hopefully someone learns from my mistakes not to try to catch a falling knife. Option trading is risky, and that could happen, so be aware of that before you try to do it. I'm actually going to end the challenge earlier than I thought because I just did not do good whatsoever. I'm going to revisit it in the future when I have more time and maybe do a little more research before starting. So I'm sorry to end this challenge, this option series I was going to do, but I want to put my attention towards my main portfolio and other videos, so I'm not going to continue a failing strategy. But I will revisit it eventually. I don't know when, I'm not going to force it, but when I feel like I can do better, I will try another option challenge. Once again, if you haven't watched my original option challenge, that one was a lot better, so I will suggest that one. Check that out here. But other than that, I'm going to call it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.